descending from the clouds, anxiously awaiting with bated breath that first glimpse of our storied islands and keys, taking our legendary beaches and unrivaled turquoise seas. You can rest assured that the wait was worth it, because what they say is true. This is real paradise. The story of these islands begins with the creator waking up in a glorious mood, deciding to flood the most stunning stretch of ocean on the planet, using a color palette of powder blue and turquoise above the land and underwater. He made 40 droplets of sun-kissed islands and keys with rocky cliffs, coves, creeks, and picturesque hills, miles of sugary white sand beaches and land. These islands inhabited by stunning birds of paradise and nature's sweetest candies, medicinal plants that heal the body, and wildlife of every shape and size. A place where fruits-laden tropical trees like desserts for us to eat. These lands too sweet. The name Turks comes from our famous cactus, but Caicos comes from a people who no longer walk these shores. Caicos, meaning string of islands. The Lucayan Indians called these lands thousands of years ago, and those centuries have gone since they made the caves of Middle Caicos their castle and refuge. The trace of their lives can still be followed. You follow that trace and you will stumble upon pirates and treasure hunters, astronauts and nation builders, famous and unknown alike. Africans and Europeans intertwined by salt, conch, sisal, and cotton. The story of this nation is one that simply comes to life. Follow us to a place rich in beauty and culture. Explore these islands that stretch for miles into the sea. Take the road less traveled and discover our history and our heritage, where the ripsaw still scrapes and the drum still beat, the guitar still sings, and our people dance all night to the music of our ancestors. Come to our festivals. There's so much to see, so much to do. Pull fresh lobster from the sea and roast them by the fire. Sit under the moonlight. Forget all your worries, you're here now. Welcome to these beautiful by nature Turks and Caicos Islands that we love and call our own. You call it paradise. We call it home.
You know, there's something magical about the beach early in the morning. It's when that sun rises and the lights start dancing off the waves, you can actually feel the energy coming from the sea. And that kind of gives me motivation and enthusiasm and power for my day, to start my day off on a really positive foot. One of my favorite things is walking my dogs on the beach early in the morning. That really sets the tone for a beautiful day in paradise, and it's the best part of my day. You know, this beach is just pristine, and one of the things that we love to do in the morning when we come is we comb the beach for hidden treasures. There's all sorts of things that wash up from the shore. We find beautiful seashells. Sometimes we'll find relics. I actually found an old bottle one time from a shipwreck. Every day is a new adventure for them on this beach.
One of the things I love about Turks and Caicos is cycling. We got hundreds of miles of roads on Provo, North and Middle Caicos. You can cycle all the way from north across the causeway all the way through Middle Caicos. It's a great experience. Come down and join us and enjoy the cycling.
I've been living in the Turks and Caicos Islands for several years now, and I have to tell you that the watercolors here never cease to amaze me. They change all day long. The crystal clear quality of that water with the white sand beneath it, it's just so stunning, and I never tire of it. And what better way to experience those stunning watercolors than from a boat? Whether it be your own boat or a charter vessel, you can come to the Turks and Caicos. It's only a hop, skip, and a jump from Miami. We're only 575 miles away. So Turks and Caicos is the perfect gateway into the rest of the Caribbean.
Whether you're flying in from Atlanta, Dallas, Houston, New York, Boston, or Chicago, you're no more than 2 to 3 hours away from our wonderful destination, the Turks and Caicos. After 25 plus years traveling around the world, there's no place like home. The Turks and Caicos, the expansion that we have delivered, the development in the airport, the team building, the beautiful by nature islands that I love so dearly.
Turks and Caicos Islands has become the #1 destination in the world for weddings. Our scenic beaches and our wonderful weather inspires the perfect wedding getaway.
South Caicos has wonderful things to offer. It's very rural and traditional Caribbean. We have the donkeys walking around, we have the horses walking around, the flamingos in the salt pans, incredible beaches, the warmth and friendliness of the people of the Big South. It's just wonderful. You know, it wouldn't surprise me to have someone, if you're looking for a restaurant, they'll invite you to eat in their home with them. You know, that doesn't happen anywhere else anymore.
The fact that, I mean, being situated in a natural reserve, it's beautiful to see how, you know, the hotel architecture also blended in with, you know, the nature and the surroundings. So you have a lot of water features, you have a lot of trees, bushes, trying to maintain that authentic beauty for which the island is known for. The concept of luxury for everyone is quite different, of course. What I feel the luxury that we transmit, not only in Amaniara but globally on the island, is a luxury of simplicity, honest warmth and genuine care. What you see is really true to the person, without much fuss, without much pretension. It's just coming from the heart.
Scuba diving for the first time, it opened a whole new world. It's completely different from what you do on land or what you see on land, and it's amazing. You see things in 3D, you see things on TV, but experiencing it firsthand is completely different. It's amazing. Recently gotten into paddleboarding, kite surfing, and windsurfing. So for those who don't like the underwater, then I would definitely recommend gliding along the beautiful turquoise waters of the Turks and Caicos and doing those water sports activities.
I can never get tired of listening to the Turks and Caicos music, the sweet sounds of Everyman, Quentin Dean. Those songs that remind me of what it's been Turks and Caicos Islands all about. When you see the man playing the ripsaw, these are things that you could never imagine, that these are tools that the handyman used to use for their work during the daytime, and at nighttime they made music with. These are some of the things that you could never imagine that can be turned, something that can cut a wood, can be turned into a song that you can enjoy over and over and over again. That's being a Turks and Caicos Island is all about.
Masquerade is a very important event for the island, in that, as I said earlier, it brings the whole community together, visitors and residents alike. It also displays some of the culture that the TCI has to offer. It's another form of entertainment, and it's also a special event that not only locals but residents like as well.
North and Middle Caicos is virgin territory. This is where you see our ecology at its best. Untempered, untouched, unexplored. Of course, we have Flamingo Pond, home of tens of thousands of flamingos. We have Cottage Pond, and the story about the mermaid that lives in Cottage Pond, our Loch Ness. The cliffs and coves of Middle Caicos lends itself very well to light adventure. So there's a lot of history here, there's a lot of nature here, there's a lot of scenery here, and I want to encourage visitors to our country to come and explore Middle Caicos and explore North Caicos.
We came to Turks and Caicos after visiting 16 different countries, mainly through the Caribbean. The quality of the beaches, the water, it was just spectacular. It was the best we'd ever seen, and yet it was an unspoiled area, and a lot of natural beauty, and so that blend is very unique. There's a world-class golf course. We have some of the best kiteboarding and windsurfing in the world, and sailing. I have 3 children, and they are super busy. They play inline roller hockey twice a week. They play tennis, and they play squash. They play soccer or football. They play rugby. There's even American football now. There's something for everybody here.
In Turks and Caicos Islands, we have some of the best seafood you can have, the freshest, and our fishermen are out in the water. They're getting conch, they're getting grouper, snapper, and even our lobster. Now, if you've tried the lobster in Turks and Caicos, you'll understand, even when it's just grilled with some herbs and spices, it is just delicious. Those are the things that you can get from sea to table, right in the Turks and Caicos Islands in all restaurants. So the Caribbean Food and Wine Festival is a festival we've been doing here for many years. It showcases the local talent and international talent all the way from South Africa, from New York, from Singapore. That's what makes this place special. We believe in cuisine and we want to have the best cuisine in all of the Caribbean. So with our local cuisine and these chefs that come, we enhance our young little chefs that grow into being the best chefs in the world.
For me, you know, as a human being, Parrot Keys is full of occasion to relax and recharge my battery. I can come to this fantastic area. I can go to the banana plantation where we have that little cottage, totally isolated, and you can drink coconut water right there if you want to. Or you just a quick stroll to the beach. It's quiet, it's not overcrowded, and you have all the space that you need.
My very own personal experience of our heritage goes way back to drawing water from our wells, from toting coal from Long Bay Hills, from picking up conch on our Long Bay shores. I want you to experience our country. So I invite you to visit the lighthouse in Grand Turk, the salt pans in Salt Key, the boiling hole in South Caicos, our caves in the island of Middle Caicos, and on the island of North Caicos, our plantations. Experience Turks and Caicos. Experience our rich culture, experience our rich history, experience an experience like none other. I welcome you. The people of the Turks and Caicos Islands welcome you.
The Turks and Caicos Islands are a diverse archipelago of islands, ranging from Grand Turk in the east and West Caicos in the west, with many islands in between. Providenciales has grown to be the most touristic island, but there are many islands yet to be discovered, where footprints are barely on the sand. Our biodiversity, second to none. Our ecotourism, second to none. Our beaches, number one. As Premier, it is indeed a privilege to invite you, and even more of a pleasure, to welcome you to the Turks and Caicos Islands, the home of Providenciales, the best island in the world.